What's up, Scott Balker here with Imagination Creation Films, and today we are talking about these, the Aputure MT Pro 1-foot RGBWW tube light, and man, I've never been more excited to have 12 inches in my hand. So we'll get into this review here in just 1 second, but first, some housekeeping. No, not that kind of housekeeping, but you know what? That looks pretty good. Keep doing that. So yeah, I just reused a joke from a previous video, but I was rushed on that one and forgot to actually insert the video in the previous one. So maybe it's funnier this time. So Aputure did send these over for review, but as usual, no money has changed hands and they have no say whatsoever in the review or get to see it ahead of time. And I gotta be honest, Aputure has never asked to see a review ahead of time. Every once in a while, a company for a product I review does ask, is it possible to see it ahead of time? And the answer is always politely no. And I explain why if I haven't previously explained in email or what have you. But Aputure, they never ask. They really want honest reviews. And I think that says something in and of itself about the company as a whole. So yeah, you're going to get my honest thoughts about a product and you get an honest look at companies as well. So subscribe. But I digress. Back to the review. Tube lights. Well, they're everywhere and there's a ton of options, but sometimes they're just too big for the space and, well, other times they're too small of output for what you need. Case in point, say a 2-foot or 4-foot tube light. Huge output, huge light. Can't hide it a lot if, times when you really want to hide them, you have to kind of hide them in plain sight. Then go down to, say, an Aputure MC, which is technically not a tube unless I guess you put like 4 of them together and then you kind of make a tube, but I guess technically it's a tube, but yeah. An MC, very small, nice output, but certainly not going to be a key light at a pinch unless it's real close up. So small, they're kind of, small, but output, not enough sometimes. So then comes power options. With 4-foot tubes, many come with batteries. Sometimes they're on the bottom, sometimes they're built in, others they're external. But if they're on the bottom, now your tube light is, well, it's gonna have, something extra sticking out that, if you're trying to hide it in plain sight, it's gonna have an odd extension on it. Now, it's not the end of the world, but it's not nothing either. So it's a balance. Now, if you're looking for a high light output, well, that can be battery powered, small, and not have an extension, enter the Aputure MT Pro. Now, that feels like a weird introduction into where an MT Pro comes in, but like I said, tube lights, well, they're everywhere. So solving problems that you've had in the past becomes important when selecting the right light for the job. So the MT Pro is a 1-foot tube light. Well, it's a little bit different than, any others on the market. First, it is an RGBWW, so not only does it have nice color, but also it has nice whites as well. We'll get into the color here in just a bit. Now, it's battery operated and can run for, about 2 hours at max brightness. I got a little less, but not far off. Now, it's made with an aluminum shell, or aluminium for folks in Europe, with a built-in heat sink and super strong magnets. And then there are 1/4-20s on the bottom and the end for, mounting. And they put most of the controls on the backside, so there's nothing to show up on the front. This allows a very small bezel. So you can place 2 or 3 or magnets. You can place 2 or 3 or 27 of them. I don't have 27 in a line, and well, you're not really going to see the gap between them when they're powered on. Now, the switch is right here on this end, and it's next to the USB-C charging power port on that side. And so, well, if you stack them, then, well, you can't power them off a USB, which I'm happy to say you can actually run these continuously powered by USB, which is cool. Now, they come in a really nice soft case, and they come with an inexpensive, extremely basic tripod with a ball head design. And this is clearly only for these lights. Don't think you're getting a free tripod for a camera. Maybe a GoPro. Okay, fine, it actually did hold up my Red, but I'm not going to use it on my Red. But it does allow you to mount the MT Pro vertically. Just screw it in. You think I would be challenged here. And then, et voila, you can mount it vertically. Now, it also includes a USB cable in the case, but it does not include a charger. And I'd recommend, honestly, because everything is using these now USB-Cs, just get a multiple USB charging device. I'll link to the one that I use down below, but I have a plethora of them, basically because everything uses it now. Now, a soft grid is included, which I honestly originally thought was just a strap for the case. It was like right in here. It was kind of hilarious when I saw it. And I thought, this case isn't big enough for a set strap. Oh, silly Aputure. But yeah, then I pulled it out. I was trying to make the case a little bit lighter, and yeah, silly Scott. It's a soft grid, which is actually pretty handy for controlling the light, quite a bit, and making it far more directional. Now let's talk about the light output. Now, they are pretty bright in a compact package, and, well, with a Sinus Link connection, like, well, all the other Aputure lights, you get that wonderful remote control of all the features. In addition, these lights have pixels. 36, well, that's a little bright. That's probably a little dramatic for you right now. But with the 36 pixels, you can do some really cool effects that are, well, three-dimensional. And even more fun, they're programmable. So, well, you could have them perform almost any way you'd like. Right, Kip?
I'm sorry, Michael. I've told you before to stop calling me Kip. I wish to be called Darth der Flugenwander.
So there are quite a few ways to mount these lights, with the quarter 20s, the little tripods, or, well, even the magnets. And the magnets, they do work through the soft grid. They're actually really strong. Now, you can place these almost anywhere. They're so small. Makes a great dash light for a car shot. And, well, they even do pretty well as simulated cars driving by, or street lights, or brake lights. Did I just mess up? No. Another use that I love is to use them for product lighting. And the cool thing is, they're so light, you can animate them with motion control. I love it. Hey, creepy. Hey, why are you walking funny? Oh, I've seen that walk before. You messed your pants, didn't you? Oh, that stinks, dude. No, seriously, you stink. So they're quite useful little lights that do pack a punch. So what are the pros and cons of the MT Pros? Pros. Well, bang for the buck. Although they seem a little expensive at first, you soon realize that for less than $200, you get a very competent battery-powered RGBWW light that, well, it's kind of amazing. Runtime, it's really great for the light output, and, well, they can run continuously when plugged in. Capable of being the little accent lights on set, or big part of a product shot, or honestly, great little tuck-away lights to pop color or white light wherever you'd like. What are the cons? Well, they only come in 1 foot lengths. For now, I guess. I don't know. Another thing is if you leave the switch on and you have them turned all the way to 0, they will self-discharge in about a day if you leave them on. But, it's expected because, it has to have some kind of communication, but I kind of thought it would last a little more than 24 hours. But, yeah. Also, charging on these, it acts a bit weird. If they're at 0 battery, if you've run them down, when you charge them, they're going to light up on the back, even if the power switch is off, and they're going to show 0. Even after charging for 2+ hours, they'll have the little battery indicator and it'll say 0. When you power them up, it'll read the battery again and say, oh, wait, it's 100% now. And anything over 0, and it reports the correct charging state, albeit a little slowly on the updates, but it's a strange behavior, but at least you know now, and you won't freak out and think your battery is dead. It's fine. So that's the MT Pros in a nutshell. I really find a lot of use for them. Their output is, well, quite impressive and can really give you flexibility to mount them almost anywhere, well, to get enough extra light or color splash where you need it. And with the pixels, well, you can just really break away from the normal and bring some energy to your shots. What do you think of the MT Pros? Does this sound like something that would solve some problems that you've run into? Do they get your creativity flowing, or are they just another tube light for you? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd really love to know what you think about them. And remember, you can support the channel by becoming a channel member and get access to those perks. Just click join right below. It's also really fun too. And clicking join, it could be the highlight of your day. It could be if your day is pretty boring like mine. I guess it would be a highlight. It'd be like being invited to a party that you paid for, but you got invited. So, yeah. And as always, as I like to leave it, don't let your passions center around your life. Let your life center around your passions.